2025 is proving to be a great year for the extraction genre. It's nice to see a handful of fantasy extraction games releasing this year that follow the MOBA playstyle. I recently got my hands on Vault Breakers and had a blast playing that game, but it is still in beta testing, unfortunately, and only comes out a few days every few months or so to play. Legacy Steel and Sorcery just came out on the 12th, and although it isn't the MOBA style extraction game, it is nice to see another fantasy extraction game join the ranks of games like Dark and Darker and Dungeonborn. Beyond that, we have another MOBA style fantasy extraction game that is set to release early this year, and actually as of the 24th of February, you'll be able to play it early with the Steam Next Fest, and that is Seekers of Skyveil. Seekers of Skyveil is a fantasy extraction RPG that looks like Riot Games decided to make an extraction game. I would love to say that it was League of Legends meets Dungeonborn or Dark and Darker, but so far the maps that I've seen are out in the forest with vibrant colors, and that doesn't really align with either of those games. It is like Dungeonborn in the fact that it is an extraction game, but beyond that, it is basically League of Legends. Starting February 24th for Steam Next Fest, their servers will be live 24/7 in NA and EU. You can download the Next Fest demo at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and the servers will go live at 10 a.m. Pacific time. During Next Fest, all of the Seekers will be available free to play, and progression will be kept through early access launch. After the end of Steam's Next Fest on March 3rd, Seekers of Skyveil will officially go into early access. You will need to visit their Steam page at that time to download the full game. The game service will at that point transition to free to play with limited Seeker rotation and unlock or purchase system so you can access more of the Seekers. There'll be a special early access DLC, premium currency offers, and much more. Currently, there is a beginner map where you can load in and test out the game alone before launching into one of the other 3 maps. There are 11 heroes you can choose from, and each of them have very unique playstyles. There's a ranger, mages, tanks, bruisers, healers, utility, and so much more. You'll begin your journey at the main menu, and here you can select your hero, pick your loadout, purchase supplies, check out the missions, and when you're ready, you can launch into the map. In the map, you will come across various different creatures, and your mission is to kill them, loot their bodies and other chests around the area, get geared up, take on even bigger enemies, and eventually extract. Be sure to fight anything you see along the way because PvP is a big part of the game, and why go through the trouble of getting your own loot when you can just kill someone after they do that for you? Once you extract, you can go back to your base, deposit all of the gear you got, equip new stuff, clear out your inventory, and start over again. If for some reason you didn't survive, you will have to purchase gear or bring inventory out of your stash in order to load up for the next launch. Overall, I had a lot of fun whenever I played the game. It feels a lot like a MOBA that was jammed into an extraction game, and I really liked that. Honestly, I felt like I was playing League of Legends, but without the need to go back and buy from the store. You can upgrade your abilities as you play through the match, getting stronger and stronger the longer you survive, and interaction with PvE and PvP aspects was really enjoyable. Combat wasn't super fast, and I felt like I actually had a chance at using a bunch of my abilities before I ended up dying or killing my enemies. One thing I will say on that topic though that I did not like is that your gear score is advertised for everyone to see. At least it was during the play test. I think this is a bad play because when you go into a fight, you already know you outclass the other person or they outclass you, which makes the playing field already skewed. Score should be a secret between players. It makes gameplay more exciting because you don't know if the person is more geared or less geared than you, and then you must make a decision on whether you want to fight or whether you need to run. Currently, there are 11 heroes that are available for play. The first one is June, the Rebel Gunner. They are a physical damage dealer with dual pistols. They're fairly mobile with a dash, and they're able to stack damage with a passive Showtime that rewards you for doing damage and then unleashing Flourish to capitalize on those stacks. Lily is the Arctic Artisan. They are a CC mage that controls their enemies by applying chill and freezing to slow them down. Once they have them fully slowed, they can apply a number of different ice abilities to whittle away at their health while they regenerate mana. Kumu is the Avatar of Nature. They are the big, tanky boy that is capable of some large AoE attacks, and with those attacks, they can shield themselves for more sustain. In addition to large attacks and shields, they have the ability to close the gap to their enemies and even pull their enemies to them, giving them a huge level of control over the battlefield. Zarya, the Wind Warrior, is a master of the wind. Their Q lets them interrupt creature spells and silence Seekers while stacking their passive called Flow. And once that is full, they consume them to gain a shield that helps reduce incoming damage as they continue to barrage their enemies with physical attacks. Sira, the Eye of the Storm, is a utility champion that excels in controlling the battlefield with knockups, pushes, roots, and speed buffs, as well as shields for their allies. Eric, the Stormcaller, is a melee champion that is all-out attack. All of their abilities do more things to boost their damage output while not caring at all about ally buffs. I would recommend Eric if you are going in solo for sure. They can give themselves a shield, boost their damage, and the ultimate makes them invulnerable for a few seconds. I might get the next one wrong, but I would like to say it's Rhea, the Lava Mama. This is your classic warrior bruiser that requires you to be in combat before they can use any of their abilities. They have a few abilities that do area damage, but most of their abilities concentrate on single target damage, making them a great duelist. Just be sure to watch your heat meter and constantly attack or do things to raise that meter so you can use their abilities. Rin, the Lunar Acolyte, is a versatile hero that can put out a good amount of damage with their scythe while also having ways to heal themselves, shield themselves, and apply debuffs to their enemies. I think they would be a good utility hero that would fit well in a team with a damage dealer and a healer. Neri, the Blooming Percussionist, is the healer of the gang. While other heroes have abilities that heal themselves or even heal allies, Neri takes that to the next level with all of their abilities applying healing, giving buffs, or providing some kind of support to their allies. Strix, the Ultimate Hunter, is the stereotypical Ranger Hunter. All of their abilities are geared towards that player who is looking to stealth around the map, mark targets, and murder people with massive instantaneous damage. Lastly, Talus, the Arcane Scholar, is the mage of the gang. Their passive stacks onto enemies, and once they get 3 stacks, it explodes, dealing magic damage to everyone around, and then giving those enemies stacks as well. Talus would best be described as the magic glass cannon of the gang. I had a lot of fun with the very limited amount of time that I had playing Seekers of Skyveil, but I'm looking forward to jumping back in as soon as it's available on the 24th. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know down in the comments below what you think. If it gave you value, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good one.